Good morning, all. This is Grandison Shines, Chief Marketing Officer here at Direct Business Marketing. Thank you very much for attending the final part of this four-part webinar with Mr. Dustin Fickbohm. We're talking about how to get to the top of Google in the search engines. Now, we have a bonus session for you today, and I'm pretty excited about this. If you had to ask me, I think this is going to be one of the more strategic pieces of this presentation of the four parts that you can immediately start to leverage when you are looking at where you are in the SERPS, or the SERPS meaning the search engine results pages. So without further ado, I want to dive right into the content. This is going to be a fantastic webinar, so hold tight. Dustin, fire away when you are ready.
All right, thanks, Grandison. Welcome all. Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you're at. And as Grandison said, this is part 4 of getting to the top of Google. This is our bonus session. I alluded to this previously with other webinars, but I hope you've had a chance to look at the local SEO webinar and the organic SEO webinar, which were the first 2 we presented in this series, because some of the things we allude to in this webinar will reference back to that. So if you didn't have a chance to get caught up, just know that there are some themes in this process that we're going to talk about today that are relevant from the previous webinars, so you may need to go back and recover some of that knowledge. If you haven't had a chance to do that yet, I would encourage you to do that when this is done. So getting to the top of Google, this is the 4th session. This is our bonus session. Just briefly, a little bit about direct business marketing. We have been collectively in business for 10 years. But each of the principals with our business have been doing their respective jobs for a number of years beyond those 10 years in other places and venues. So we have a ton of experience in this industry, marketing for small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses. There's a brief synopsis of our philosophy. Basically, our goal with every single client is to create a plan, execute the plan, and measure the ROI. And I think it's my personal opinion that this is one of the things that we do exceptionally well, is measure the ROI of a campaign we create so that you know exactly the results you're getting from the work we do on your behalf. And hopefully that's something you've already taken initiative with your own business to make sure you're measuring ROI with all of your marketing campaigns. There's a leadership team. You've seen us all before, or a number of us before, if you have been on any of our webinars. Grandison Shines, Andrew Hoagland, and myself. All 3 of us are actually on the call today, so we can all field questions at the end of this webinar. Once again, about me, I am the Chief Operating Officer at Direct Business Marketing. And part of the reason why I am presenting today is because I am in charge of a number of the teams here at Direct Business Marketing that handle a variety of the services we've talked about in this webinar series, including the team that handles local SEO and the team that handles organic SEO, and the team that handles pay-per-click. And because what we're talking about today incorporates some local SEO and some organic SEO principles and techniques, I also take care of the team that handles this process we're talking about today. And truth be told, we don't have a pretty packaged name for this process, so we have referred to it as social SEO. It's not necessarily specifically social SEO, but it's also not directory SEO. So that's just a pretty name we gave it. Don't be fooled by the fact that it's social is in the name. It's not entirely encompassing only social media. That is just a pretty name we gave it. We also like to present our inbound marketing process, and we hope that you're already doing something like this with your business. Each of the 4 presentations we've had in this webinar series have basically been focused on generate, and that is basically the ability to increase traffic to your physical or digital presence as a business, whether that's a Facebook page or a website, or it could be a brick and mortar store, or a kiosk in the mall, wherever your physical presence is, be it digital or in the real world. The first step in any inbound marketing process, or the inbound marketing process that we create for our clients, and hopefully you use as well, is to generate traffic to those specific locations. When you have generated traffic, we hope that you're capturing the information from the people visiting your website or your business, and then storing it in a place that you can manage and sort through it and communicate with it, which is part 4 of this process, which is nurture. And I will go back to a story that I've told in the previous 3 sessions. We have a client in Phoenix, Arizona here that called us up excitedly and said, hey, I want to tell you, I just took a listing on a house that was from a lead that we took 3 years ago. So the generate, capture, store, nurture process is alive and well. It's important to any business, in our opinion, and I hope you're already doing it in some way, shape, or form for your business. So this is part 4 of the bonus session, and we will generally refer to it as social SEO. It incorporates some of local SEO and organic SEO techniques. This is the final in 4, and I hope you've had a chance to look at all 4 to see which of these might be the best for your business. We are going to jump right into this, and I can tell you that it will go quickly. We will have plenty of time for questions at the end if you have questions, you'd like something cleared up. But as I said before, the 3 of us, the Chief Technical Officer for our company, Andrew Hoagland, is with us on the call, as is Granison and myself, so 3 knowledgeable individuals to help answer any of the questions you might have. And there is my contact information if you would like it or need it. Call me direct if you'd like. Certainly email is usually the quickest way to get a hold of me in the advent of technology that we live in. So Granison Shine's contact information is at the bottom of every slide. He is also moderating this webinar, so if you have questions and you send them into the chat, he is the one that will get them, and he'll make sure they get sent over to me in a timely fashion. So let's get moving forward. What is social SEO? Well, this is kind of our big secret. It's something that we stumbled upon several months ago, and it's proven to be very effective for us. Social SEO, as we're referring to it, is basically using the combination of local SEO techniques and organic SEO techniques to bolster your reputation on the internet and to increase the probability of turning a web searcher into a paying client. And I'll go through the process of how exactly we do that. But as I say in this random definition, we're moving with local SEO techniques. That means we're using directories, and we're using organic SEO techniques, backlinking, to move those directories up and bolster your reputation on the internet. I'll give you an example here shortly. But the first thing we always like to do with our clients, regardless of what marketing we are doing, whether it's print marketing, radio, television, pay-per-click, organic SEO, local SEO, or this service specifically, we like to identify with our clients whether or not it's even the right medium for them to use. So hopefully some of these questions help you identify whether or not you should be using this social SEO process. First and foremost, are you already getting your name out there with other advertising and marketing mediums? Do you have your name on a bus bench? Do you have billboards around town? Are you doing radio or television advertising? Is there some way that you're already getting your business out into your market so people know you exist already? Now, it's not a make or break here. If you're not getting your name out, you certainly have the opportunity to get your name out and then take advantage of this. This is just one of those things that you may be better served using this process if you're already getting your name out there in other ways, shapes, and forms. Do you have your business in directories with client reviews already? One of the things we'll be touching on in this process is that we'll be using business directories that allow for client reviews. So if you already have your business in directories with client reviews, and one example would be Yelp, it certainly isn't the only, but that is one of the examples, then you are a step ahead. If you don't have your business in directories with client reviews, that's fine. That's okay. You can still do this process. It's still a good process for you. It's just one additional step you will need to do as you embark on using social SEO for your marketing, right? So if you already have your business in a directory, then you may be one step ahead. And you have a great business reputation but a poor internet presence. Now, this is also not a make or break, but it's important to keep in mind that if you have a good business reputation, then that may exist someplace in some directories, whether it's Yelp or Realtor.com or other places that places that might allow a client review, but maybe you don't have a great web presence. Maybe you don't have a great website with good SEO, or you don't have some place to drive clients to on a regular basis on the internet. So if you have a poor internet presence, this is a great place to take advantage of the internet if you already have a great business reputation. Something to keep in mind. Hopefully you all have a good internet presence already. So the basics of it, and this is an actual example of a client of ours that uses this service and uses it effectively. Marshall Realty in Reno, Nevada. And the basics of it, step one, we're going to get a business into a handful of directories, and we're going to focus on the major directories or directories that are industry specific. Now, obviously, Marshall Realty is a real estate company, right? So we're looking at real estate specific directories, and we're going to get his business into those directories. That's step one, all right? Now, we're specifically looking for directories that offer star reviews. Now, if they don't have star reviews, we can work with that as well, but the star reviews are the best case scenario. And you'll notice with the example here that 5 of the directories that Marshall is in offer star reviews. So if I'm looking for Marshall Realty on the internet, look what I find when I search for his business. I find some amazing results that shine a very positive light on Marshall Realty. So after we have our business in these directories and we have some positive reviews in there to shine a positive light on our business, we're going to create backlinks to those directories, and the backlinking we do bolsters the search position of those directories. So these directories, Yelp and Zillow and Yellow Pages and Facebook, Google+, they move up the search rankings for the phrase Marshall Realty. That is the basics. So step one is we're going to identify 5 to 10 business directories that offer customer reviews. And you saw some examples with Marshall's example in the previous slide. Google+, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Facebook, Zillow. There are others out there. These are some of the major players that offer customer reviews. So you're going to find those. When you identify those businesses, you're going to submit your businesses to those directories. And I'm not going to go through the process of submitting those businesses to directories because it's something we covered in session 1, our local SEO webinar. Hopefully you had a chance to look at that. If you haven't, I would encourage you to go back and do that. Now, with local SEO, we talked about plastering the internet in 40 or 50 directories, and that's really a more wide-reaching way of marketing with directories. But with this process, we really only need to focus on 5 to 10 business directories, right? And so doing this yourself, doing this part of the process yourself, may be an easier task than trying to tackle local SEO with 40 or 50 different directories. So you're going to submit your business to directories, and remember, we're focusing on directories that allow for customer reviews. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is you want to solicit past customers to review your business on these directories. So you're going to say, hey, John Smith, thanks for purchasing a home with us. If you have a moment, please go review our business on yellowpages.com. And you can certainly email your list. Hopefully you have a list. And you can ask friends and family. But I wouldn't be above bribing people. Hey, if you can give us a positive review on this site or that site, we're gonna give you a $10 gift card to a local dessert shop or a pair of movie tickets, right? Because putting positive news out there about your business is an investment in your business. So if you need to bribe them, bribe them. Something to consider. And then we've got the business. We have our business in directories. We have customers reviewing our business. Now we're going to use backlinking to drive the directories, the Yelp listing and the Yellow Pages listing and the Zillow listing, up the search engines by creating backlinks to those directory submissions. And I'm not going to go into specifics about creating backlinks either, because we touched on that with the organic SEO webinar in session 2. So if you need a refresher on that, I would encourage you to go back and take a look at that. It's a very short and sweet process. This actually is the keyword ranking report for Marshall Realty. And if we do the process for our client, we provide a report saying these are the directory sites that we are moving you up the search rankings for. And this is where you're currently ranked, right? So you see the progress. You see the return on investment of the marketing plan that we've executed on your behalf. Now, because we are focusing each of these directories with the same keyword, which is the business name, it's important to note that they're competing against each other. So that can have an effect. You see the birdeye.com rating is not a positive one, and much of that has to do with the fact that that is a directory that is not popular among Google's indexing, okay? So that's why we talk about using mainstream directories and industry-specific directories, because when you look at things like Zillow, Facebook, LinkedIn, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Realtor.com, these are all very popular directories, very prominent. Google spends a lot of time indexing the information on these directories. They already have authority with Google, so that's why we focus on main directories, and obviously they also give us the opportunity to have client reviews, okay? So if you engage with direct business marketing in this service, this is what you can expect. A ranking report monthly showing you exactly where you're at with the service. A few words of wisdom to touch on here as you decide to use this or not use this. Number one, directory sites with star reviews, they work the best. And the example here with Marshall Realty shows you, hopefully you see it quite obviously, why they work the best. I landed on a page searching for Marshall Realty, and what did I see? A whole bunch of great big orange stars that show just how great Marshall Realty is, okay? So this is a brand awareness play. People are already searching specifically for Marshall Realty, all right? And what we know is that 78% of all searches on the internet, 78% of people looking to buy a service or product are doing research on that service or product online before they ever engage, before they ever purchase, before they ever sign a contract or hire you or buy your iPod. They're doing research online at an alarming rate, so that if they're going to research you before they ever engage with you, we want to show them that you're the best and the brightest. And this is a great way to do that. Another word of wisdom here. Make requesting a review from your client a part of your closing process. All right, if you're a realtor, that means obviously when you're closing on a home transaction. But if you are a retailer, then make requesting a review a part of your shipping process or your sales process. After the sale is done and the product is shipped off, follow up with an email or phone call and ask for a review of the product or service you sold them, right? Make this a part of your process so that you are inherently asking for a review on one of the specific sites you set your business up in, one of the directories, and continue to support your own business by getting positive reviews, all right? Manage your reviews to ensure that any poor reviews are handled promptly. And negative reviews are a way of the world now, right? I will tell you that you have no control over negative reviews in many ways, shapes, and forms. But the science shows that if you respond professionally and promptly to a negative review, it has a positive effect. So if you see negative reviews out there, take care of them as quickly as you possibly can in responding to them promptly and professionally. There are some directories that may allow you to remove negative reviews. There are some directories that will allow you to pay to have the negative reviews pushed down. Yelp is possibly one of them. But take care of the negative reviews if or when they show up professionally and properly. And then obviously you want to avoid backlinking to directories that don't promote your business in a positive way. So if there is a specific directory that somebody happens to gang up on your business and say, Joe Blow sold me a pile of junk and don't ever go to his business, that is obviously a business directory you want to avoid. There are plenty of business directories out there that offer reviews that you can promote with backlinking other than one that shows you in a negative light. The benefits of SEO. Well, first and foremost, we're creating confidence in your business because, as I said, 78% of people are researching the product or service that they're going to take part in before they ever engage in a transaction, engage with the actual business. So, because such a large number of people are searching specifically for you before they ever actually make contact with you, we want to show them just how great you are through this process, through those 5-star reviews showing up when they search for your business, right? And inherently, because of that confidence that you're going to show them when they search for your business, closing a lead becomes easier, or getting a sale becomes easier if you're a retailer, or if you're selling if you're in the service industry. Signing up a client becomes easier because of the confidence you created from this process. Another benefit to using this process is Google authority. We talked about this a little bit with local SEO. You put your business into directories that Google deems important, things like Yelp and Realtor.com. Google knows the value of these directories. Your business is in these directories, hence, through the transitive property, your business has a value to Google. So there is some Google authority that comes with putting your business into these directories and then also having positive reviews. Remember that Google's goal is to provide the most relevant and quality search results for anybody that's using their search engine. So they're going to provide quality results for their searchers as best they can. What better quality results could they give than to show positive reviews of your business when somebody's searching for your business? And no competition. What I mean by that is simple. If you are using this process and you are driving your backlinks up with the keyword phrase that is specifically your business, it's fairly safe to say that nobody else is trying to move up the search rankings for Andrew Hoagland Real Estate, right? If Andrew Hoagland has a real estate company and he's trying to move up the search rankings for Andrew Hoagland Real Estate, there's a pretty good chance nobody else is trying to do the same thing. Now, maybe if your name is John Smith, there's some competition out there. If your name is Marshall Realty, I know there's some competition out there with other companies called Marshall Realty or something of the like. If you have an incredibly common or generic business name, then you may find this a little more challenging. But generally speaking, if you're using your business name is in some way, shape, or form unique, there is going to be very little competition in moving up the search rank. All right? Drawbacks to doing this process, if you're doing it yourself, the first and the biggest, in my opinion, is time. My time is valuable to me. I would assume your time as small business owners is also valuable to you. And there is a small amount of time that comes with submitting your business to a business directory. There's also a small amount of time that comes with soliciting past and current clients for reviews. And maybe the biggest time suck, so to speak, would be creating backlinks and going out on the internet and creating backlinks to your directories to drive those directory listings up the search rankings. Exposure. One of the drawbacks to this process, and I alluded to it earlier in the presentation, is that if you don't have exposure in your market, in your area, then there aren't going to inherently be people searching specifically for your business. That can be a drawback to the process because people see your name on a bus, so they see your name on a billboard, and they go to the internet and they search for specifically your name. So if there is nowhere else for them to see you, then using this process may be a moot point. All right? So do you already have exposure? If you don't, then this could be a drawback. Negative reviews. Now, I touched on those earlier, but obviously if there are negative reviews about your business out there and you can't get rid of the negative reviews, then using this process, starting this process wouldn't be a good idea. But also, if you start this process, you don't have control over negative reviews in the future. So that can be a drawback. The positive reviews will create confidence in your business. There are benefits, but the reviews that are negative they can also be a drawback. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in this nature. And then technical expertise. There are a great deal of technical things that come along with this process, but one of the more technical aspects of this process is creating backlinks and creating it correctly. Now, I firmly believe that everyone on this phone call is educated enough and smart enough that they can actually learn how to create backlinks. It's not a terribly difficult process, but it is something that takes a little learning. So that's where the technical expertise comes into play with this process. As you're driving your directory listings up the search rankings, you're creating backlinks to do that, and knowing how to create backlinks requires a little bit of technical expertise. All right? Now, quick summary. We can fly through this thing. I'll recap it one more time. Get your business listed in a handful of business directories, preferably directories that have a rating system, and if that's a 5-star system, that's great. But you're looking for business directories that have reviews. 2, generate backlinks to your directory pages to drive the directory pages specific to your business up the search rankings. And 3, solicit reviews from past, current, and future clients. I will tell you that because it takes time for your directory listings to move up the search rankings, I would say that number 2 and number 3 are interchangeable. You could probably do them at the same time. You can be generating backlinks as you're soliciting for reviews. So those 2 are interchangeable. I would suggest doing them at the same time. You can do one before the other if you'd like, but either or works for you and for me. Now, DBM, quite obviously, as we showed you with Marshall Realty and the results we produced for him, DBM can do this for you from start to finish. Fairly basic process. We're going to put you into 8 business directories, and we do that for a one-time fee of $200. And then we're going to provide ongoing backlinking to those business directories to move those business directories up the search rankings, and that is at a cost of $300 per month. However, I did not put this on here, and I apologize for it, but with the webinar, we offer a 10% discount on both of those services. Now, you can completely forego the first step of this process if you already have your business in directories, or you can do that step of the process yourself, right? If you only want to do the backlinking portion because you've already got the business directory set up, then so be it. That's fine. The other thing to consider here is that you don't necessarily need to push 8 business directories up the rankings. If you want to push 5 business directories up the search rankings, or you want to push 12 business directories up the search rankings, that is certainly a possibility with this process, and I can tell you that the price per month then would change based upon how many directories we're actually working on your behalf. If you were on the organic SEO phone call webinar, you know that organic SEO is an ongoing process. Now, with this process, because you are moving directories up the search engine rankings for your specific business, I will tell you it is my firm opinion, and I can't speak on behalf of Google or its algorithms, but it's my firm opinion that moving your business name up the search rankings will have much more staying power than trying to move up the search rankings for keywords that are specific to your business. So it's entirely possible that you can do backlinking to these business directories for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 months and get to a position where you are very happy with the results and you can stop the backlinking process. Now, I can't honestly tell you whether that will happen in 2 months or 4 months or 6 months. But I do believe that when you get there, you can stop the backlinking process and have some staying power. And if you should happen to slip again, your business directory listing should happen to slip in the rankings again, we can certainly go back to the backlinking process to move them back up. All right? So, like local SEO, we're using business directories. Like organic SEO, we're using backlinking. But unlike organic SEO, I do believe that there is a finite timeline to the ongoing backlinking process. I believe there is an end in sight if you start this process, but I can't honestly tell you if it's 2 months or 3 months or 5 months or 6 or 10 or 1. But I believe there's a finite amount of time that you need to do the backlinking to move your business directories onto page 1 of Google. All right? What we can do for you is solicit and generate positive reviews for your business. That's something you will have to do on your own accord. And there are places out there where you can buy positive reviews for a business, but if you've been following the news, you know that Amazon recently filed suit against 1,000 businesses for generating fake reviews. There is some research out there that says up to 20% of all reviews on the internet are actually fake reviews. So I would not recommend going that route. And that is why we simply tell you we cannot and do not have the ability to generate positive reviews for your business, unless, of course, we have been a client of yours. Then obviously we could. But that is one part of the process that you cannot wash your hands of. That is one part of the process you have to handle. You'll have to engage with your clients, past and current, and hopefully future clients as well as they come in, to generate positive reviews for your business in these directories. Holy cow, that was a mouthful. Questions. And I will display for you here the Marshall Realty results that he has. You'll notice he's in Yelp, Zillow, Yellow Pages, Facebook, Google+. He is also Realtor.com, which is the 3rd ranking. You'll notice that his specific website is on position 1 when you search for his business, right? So that's great. That's where you want to be, right? But the impact of seeing all of his results right here in one screenshot, in one search, cannot be understated. I'm looking for more information on Marshall Realty because I'm thinking about hiring him as a realtor. I type in Marshall Realty, boom. Holy cow, this guy must do phenomenal work. He must be Superman of the real estate industry in Reno, Nevada. So, I will gladly take questions if you have them. I understand that I flew through this process, and I will gladly answer any questions you might have.
Okay, so one question is, how long did it take to get results for this client?
Marshall saw some results in a matter of a couple months. When I say some results, I mean if some of these directories found themselves on page 1 in a few months, and the results like this, don't quote me on this, but I believe we're about 4 or 5 months into the process. Not bad at all, no.
Okay. Next one. Does this only work for the real estate industry?
Definitely not. This can work for any business, any industry. I think that it's a great tool for service-based industries. But obviously, if you're selling products, you can still provide excellent customer service and an excellent customer service. So providing that can get you the positive reviews you're looking for. Now, if you don't have any reviews, you can still use this service to show that you are everywhere for everybody when they're searching specifically for your business. So if you're John's Widget Shop, somebody searching for John's Widget Shop, hopefully your website shows up fairly high in the search rankings, but also hopefully they see that you're located in multiple directories. That tells them, hey, this is a legitimate business. And even if you don't have any reviews, at least they have confirmation that that your business is real and exists, and others know about it. Because results from your website simply say that you know about yourself, but results in a directory says somebody else knows about you. Even though you put your business into a directory, right? It gives the impression that, hey, Yelp knows about Marshall Realty. Okay, well, if Yelp knows about them, then there must be something okay with them. Zillow knows about Marshall Realty. And the same is true for John's Widget Sales, right? If John sells widgets and John has a John's Widget store, he's in a directory. I search for John's Widgets. Oh, Yelp knows John's Widgets. Well, they must be okay. They must be all right then. All right.
Also, just to chime in, I think that any business can, get between 4 and 6 reviews just from their immediate sphere of influence, whether it be, friends and family and employees and, a couple past really good clients. You should be able to, generate, between 4 and 8 reviews in a matter of a week.
That's a good point, Drew.
Next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What kind of weekly/monthly reports do we get for this marketing channel?
Sure. So I showed you the report previously. Essentially, what we're going to show you is where you started, where your specific directory listings started ranking at. So, for example, Marshall Realty and their Yelp business listing may have started ranked 87 in Google search rankings, right? So we're going to show you where you started at, and then we're going to show you as well how you move up on a month-to-month basis. Now, we do backlinking over time, right? We do backlinking multiple days across the entire month. So it's not realistic or feasible for us to show you rankings on a weekly basis or a daily basis. We find that a month time frame gives us ample opportunity to create backlinks for your directories and then show results as you move up over time. So what are you seeing? Essentially, you're seeing which directories we are moving up the search rankings, and that'll be determined both by you and by us. We don't want to drive business directories up that you don't want to drive business directories up, right? So we will collectively figure out which directories we want to move up, and preferably the ones that have the most positive rankings or the ones with the stars, right? We're going to show you where they started. We're going to show you where they're at now. And to be perfectly honest, because you are in the area that you are in, if you search for your business at any given point in time in Google, you can see exactly the results for yourself. So, for example, Marshall, because he's in Reno, Nevada, and Google knows that he's in Reno, Nevada, he can search Marshall Realty and see these exact results for himself. So we will gladly give you a report showing you where you're at, but you can always check the results for yourself by simply Googling your business. And you might find if you Google your business right now that you're already doing pretty well. Maybe you just need a month or two to push up higher. So hopefully I answered your question.
Okay. Next question. Do I need to get reviews first, or can I get reviews while the backlinking is happening?
I would say you can get reviews while the backlinking is happening because the backlinking is independent of the reviews. So you're going to be moving up the search rankings with your directories as you're getting reviews. Now, hopefully, like Drew said, you've got a stable of 5 to 10 confidants, friends, family, employees, valued customers that will go do this in a timely fashion so that there are reviews existing out there as you're moving up. But the two are independent. They're mutually exclusive events. So you can get reviews while you're backlinking, or you can get reviews and then start backlinking. It's certainly kind of a personal preference. I would be doing, personally, if I were doing this, I would be doing it at the same time. Right. With the intent that the reviews would be happening rather quickly.
Okay. Nice. The other question is, does this work only for local businesses? I have a national/business.
That is a good question. The short answer is yes, it can work. There are a multitude of factors to consider, though, given that it's a national business.
Well, it just depends on. I think it depends on the brand name.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, what is your business name? How unique is your business name? Because the function here, as you see with this example on the page, is people are searching for your business specifically. Now,
right.
Having said that, because you're a national business, certain directories may not be as relevant as others because certain directories are specifically localized.
Right. Okay. All right. Good answer. And one of the final questions here, the other one I answered online, a couple other ones I answered online. Of the 4 webinars in this series, where's the best place to start?
Well, that would take a free, here's the sales pitch, that would take a free conversation with direct business marketing, because each business is different in where they're at. The best place to start is different for every business. Where are you at now? What market are you in? We talk about pay-per-click as being the best place to start if you want leads tomorrow. But there are other avenues that may be a better place to start if you don't have a business that is taken or works well within pay-per-click. So the best answer to the question is that it's in your best interest to sit down with Grandison or somebody else here at Direct Business Marketing to discuss where your business is at and what exactly the goals of your marketing effort are. Obviously, the end goal is always the dollar bill, right? But that might not be the very first place. This might not be the first place to put your money versus something else. It's too individualized an answer per each business.
Right. That being said, that is a fantastic segue to concluding this 4-part webinar series. Dustin, thank you very much. Everyone on the call, thank you very, very much. We have a link, which I will be sending out later on today, where you can watch the full replay of every single one that we've done in this webinar series, all 4 parts, starting with the SEO local, going to the SEO organic, going to the pay-per-click, and finally this session here. So I appreciate all of your time, and thank you so much for attending this 4-part webinar series. We'll be in contact very soon. So take a look at your email here within the next hour or so, and then you can watch everything there. Thank you, and goodbye.